Here, Pyramid Network. And notice on their truck they got a pyramid with an eye right at the top of it. Yeah. It's Masonically owned. Yep, that's their symbol. Just Google it and look on the back of a dollar bill. Now, here comes a guy right here. Hazard Center trolley station. Let's see if anybody fucks with me. And if they do, you might not be able to hear it because they're magically doing construction work right at the same time I come to Hazard Center trolley station. He'll start walking by me now that I sat down. There we go. Hands to face. There we go. Give me hands to face. There's my hands to face. That's my hands to face. Google organized stalking and hands to face, hands to mouth, hands to nose at Google. Then go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman catches gang stalkers admitting put on bus to harass and what they're admitting to on the audio file that I transferred to the video. Today's date is July 5th, 2012. Ooh, gimme, gotta have. This is their association tactics. They put along your route to put their hands to their face like this. And it's done to let you know, it's sensitization tactics. It's done to let you know that they're here on purpose. That in turn makes you feel stalked and harassed as a result. Dummies, look at the fool. Look at him, watch it. Look at him, see that hands to face. Look at him, he's begging like a bitch. That's a nice trolley station. I like being able to take pictures of the trolley station. Fucker had the audacity to nod to me. Nodding ain't one about hello. Nodding is about putting your head up and down because that's totally associated with oral sex. It's human trafficking rings. And that motherfucker was set over here to act like he was involved in looking at the trolley schedule. He was just put there to make people stalk because they gotta know where you're at to engage in the sensitization tactics. Hands to face, hands to mouth, hands to nose, so on and so forth. And today's date is July 5th, 2012. You can clearly see by looking at this cell phone. July 5th, Thursday, 8:41 a.m. I'm in San Diego, California. Subject to organized gang stalking tactics at this trolley station on this Green Line trolley. It's just fucking crazy the lengths these freaks go to make a target feel stalked and harassed as a result. See, every time a target experiences the sensitization physical gestures that are perpetrated towards them, their body reacts to it because when the association, when a sensitization is formed, it's usually formed during a trauma, like a violent assault. Like, let me tell you what they'll do against a target. They're literally subject to an assault towards a target, and as the assault's occurring, they'll literally say certain words or act in certain ways that the target is seeing. And those commentaries, those words, are even at least subconsciously stored in the target's brain in reference to the actual assault. The memory of the assault, everything that's felt and experienced as a result of what they're hearing. Whether they're consciously aware of the brain storing this or not, doesn't matter. I'm going to give you an example. A girl who was raped by these organized stalking expeditions, while she was being raped, they shoved a stock in her mouth. Then they got along her path on subsequential days and threw socks along her path to intimidate her and to harass her and to make her remember the assault, because it's all about traumatization and then re-victimization. They like to create post-traumatic stress, because post-traumatic stress and the flashbacks and the disassociation that's formed associated with it causes cognitive impairments eventually if the trauma is prolonged. Okay, and post-traumatic self in itself is disassociation. So when anybody is experiencing a traumatic event, certain physiological responses are felt in relation to what's happening to them. Like if they're being raped or assaulted, that is stored in the body. Okay, as far as the physiological response to it and the neural response to it, which is the mental response. Just like an individual who's over in Vietnam and he experienced a lot of theaters, which means he was experienced in a lot of battles. Well, as he was experiencing these battles that were extremely intense and life-threatening, helicopters would be going over in the sky as these events were transpiring. So then he gets out of the Vietnam War, he comes back to America, and he's walking down the street and he hears a helicopter go by. Well, he's brought back mentally to that experience, and as a result, all the physiological responses are re-experienced too. And that's what these organized stalking expeditions do, is sensitize you to certain statements as you're being traumatized and certain physical gestures. Then what they do is get along your path after the traumatic assault, no matter what it is, whether it be a physical assault or a rape or both, okay, or intimidation of one, and then they'll repeat things that were associated to the assault. Okay, it's called sensitization, in order to make the body and the mind re-experience physiological responses and neural and mental responses in relation to how the body and mind has stored these responses to the association that was formed as a result of the things being done while they were being assaulted. And so that's what they do. It's about repetition. It's about repeating things that they sensitize you to. Physical gestures, direct comments that are delivered through the tactic of direct conversation. And that in turn, since they experience the nonstop repetitiveness of being subjected to the physical gestures and the commentary, the body is constantly reacting to it because they're subjected to it on an extreme basis. Go to Google and type in organized stalking or gang stalking, hands to face, hands to mouth, hands to nose, stroking your hair back, taking off your hat and patting the top of your head or stroking your hair back. And this is literally how they operate. My name is Leslie Williams, and getting ready to get on the Green Line Trolley right now. It's July 5th, 2012. We're going to see if anything happens on this trolley or over at Old Town while I'm waiting on the sidewalk that's right next door to Old Town Trolley Station while I'm waiting on the UCSD bus. This is the trolley right here.